Hi, I'm Kenzie. Welcome back to my podcast. If you are just joining, welcome. Today we will be talking about my third Little Bear VHS, Parties and Picnics. This VHS includes Duck Babysitter, Party at Owl's House, Picnic on Pudding Hill, and Little Bear's Sweet Tooth. First, let's talk about Duck Babysitter. This episode starts out with Little Bear getting his picnic basket and meeting Emily and Lucy. Emily thanked Little Bear for inviting her to the picnic, but she was worried that Little Bear's friends wouldn't want a stranger. Little Bear assured Emily that she wasn't a stranger. She was Emily. As Hen, Cat, and Owl were fighting over the picnic blanket and where they would want to sit, Little Bear and Emily entered the scene. Hen, Cat, and Owl were interested in Little Bear's new friend. He introduced Emily and Lucy to them. Then the scene transitions to Duck trying to get 3 ducklings to be in a line. It turned out she was babysitting them. She was wondering if they could stay for the picnic. Well, as long as they mind their manners and keep out of Owl's potato salad. The scene transitions to everyone playing croquet except Duck, who was keeping an eye on the ducklings. Hen hit her croquet ball pretty good. Owl hit his ball pretty hard. He said it was all in the wrist. Cat hit his ball hard too, including Owl's, which was the idea. Owl was pretty mad about that. Duck thought a little bit of potato salad for her wouldn't hurt, so she ate some. The game was going just fine until the ducklings wandered off and ruined the croquet game. Well, Duck noticed them and she ruined the croquet game. One of the ducklings, named Little Peep, thought it was so funny that she rolled into the pond. Duck was sorry that she ruined the croquet game. Emily forgave her. Then it was time to eat. Owl looked into his potato salad bowl. He thought he had made more of it. Duck asked Cat how he was doing with the napkins. Cat said he had an extra because there were only 2 ducklings. Duck counted and realized Little Peep was missing. She wanted to look for her, but she just sat down. Her friends helped her. Cat thought he saw her in the log. He went to get her. The log rolled and rolled right into a tree. It turned out it wasn't Little Peep. It was just a skunk. Then Lucy had an idea. Emily said that Lucy said that they should think where they would like to hide. Owl would hide in a tree. Hen would hide in a barn. Little Bear then figured that ducklings like water. So everyone, including Duck, went to the pond to search for Little Peep. She was having fun in the water. She used the lily pad like a diving board. It was so cute and funny. Duck invited Little Peep to enjoy some potato salad that they saved. She and the ducklings ate some. Emily said that she loves baby animals. Duck did too, as long as she didn't have to babysit them. Owl asked to pass the potato salad, but it was all gone. Owl was disappointed. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode has some ups and downs. Ups meaning the ducklings were adorable and that Little Peep was found near the end. Downs meaning when Duck ruined the croquet game and when Owl didn't get his potato salad. Of course, the downs don't mean anything. They just happen. They have to happen in order for the episode to work. If there weren't any problems, then the story wouldn't work. You see, each story has to have an exposition, which is the beginning, rising action, climax, falling action, and a resolution or the end. The rising action means it leads up to the climax or problem or middle of the story, like when Little Peep fell into the pond and everyone thought she was missing. The falling action means that we are moving away from the climax or problem or middle and about to solve it, like when we found Little Peep. The ending was kind of unfair because Owl didn't get his potato salad, but that's just a small point. All in all, it's a good episode. Now let's talk about Party at Owl's House. This episode starts out with Little Bear walking past Owl, who was asleep. He woke him up by saying hello to him. It turned out Owl was looking for Little Bear. Little Bear thought Owl was asleep, but he was really just thinking. What was he thinking about? Good question. Little Bear was about to see his friend Emily when Owl said that's what he was thinking about. Emily. Why? Because summer was nearly over and he thought she was going to miss them. Owl had an idea of having a party at his house. What kind of party? A because party. The scene transitions to Little Bear and Emily talking about why Owl wants to throw a party. It's because he wants to. It's a because party, which Emily has never heard of before. That's because she was their friend. The scene transitions again to everyone at Owl's house. Owl got some party hats for everyone. Emily thought the hats were funny. Little Bear pretended to be Hen with his hat. Hen thought she doesn't look anything like that. Cat disagreed. Then Duck complained about her hat being too big. Little Bear traded hats with her. Duck couldn't see. Then Emily traded hats with Duck. Much better. Then Lucy wanted to tell Emily something. Everyone was wondering what she was saying. It turned out Lucy was saying that she wanted to sit up in the tree. So Emily sent her in the tree and sat down with her friends. It was time to eat. First, Emily told everyone what she would like to eat, because this was her because party. She wanted chocolate cookies that were brown, big, and very soft in the middle, and the chocolate was all swirly on the outside. Everyone pretended to eat them. Cat's stomach growled. He was hungry. Little Bear made fish soup that was thick and creamy. Everyone pretended to eat it. Then Duck asked if Lucy can fly. Owl said that Lucy can't fly because to do that you need wings, and it also helps if you're a bird. Duck said that she was going to try. Emily was worried Lucy would break. She did. Her arm was broken. Little Bear assured Emily that he can fix Lucy. Owl went to get some tape from his house. He went to give it to Little Bear, but he tripped and Duck caught it with her bill. Duck, Hen, and Cat were worried if Lucy's arm hurts. Owl said that Lucy was fine and Little Bear was doing very nicely with the tape. Emily then asked Lucy how she felt. She felt fine. Everyone cheered, and Lucy said that Little Bear was a very good doctor. Then Little Bear noticed that Emily wasn't happy. Well, she was happy that Lucy was better, but she wondered if she spoiled the party. Little Bear said of course not, because that's why they have a because party. If she was sad, it cheers her up, because they can all be together. Lucy and Emily were both better now. The scene transitions to everyone sitting at the party table. Lucy said she was not sad anymore and wants to begin the party again. Cat wondered if they can eat now. Little Bear said yes, because fixing arms has made him very hungry. Mother Bear and Father Bear came to the party with lemonade and chocolate cake. Everyone thought it looked delicious. Owl said he brought out extra plates thinking they might have extra company. Mother Bear thought that was very wise of him. He had thrown a fine party. Owl was about to cut the cake when his friend said that Little Bear should cut the cake. Little Bear would give the biggest piece to Owl, but give the first piece to Emily. Emily smiled, and Little Bear cut the cake. The scene transitions to everyone enjoying lemonade and chocolate cake. Emily said that Lucy said it was a very fine party indeed. Little Bear then asked Mother Bear how she knew they would love to have lemonade and chocolate cake. Mother Bear said that Mother Bears just know these things. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was a nice one. I mean, throwing a party to cheer up someone is the nicest thing anyone could ask for. I'm sure Emily and Lucy really appreciated it. All in all, it's a good episode. Now let's talk about Picnic on Pudding Hill. This episode starts out with Little Bear and his friends going to Pudding Hill for a picnic, because it was a perfect day for it. A garter snake named No Feet heard about the news. He figured his friends would need him along. I mean, after all, what's a picnic without a nice little snake like him? Below him, Emily noticed some pretty flowers. She got closer without even knowing No Feet was in the tree. No Feet jumped onto Emily's hat. Emily screamed. Everyone was worried until Emily noticed it was just No Feet. She was glad to see him. Little Bear invited him to the picnic. He and his friends followed the sign that leads to Pudding Hill. Duck and Hen were getting tired. They thought they couldn't go any further and wanted to rest. Hen told them they would go on without her and Duck. Then Little Bear had an idea. He made Hen ride on his back. Duck rode on Cat's back. Now let me tell you, ducks are not light as feathers. Onward and upward everyone went to Pudding Hill. Then Little Bear saw the top. They crawled through a tree like a tunnel and made it to Pudding Hill. Hen thought it was beautiful. They were up so high that No Feet could almost touch the clouds. Then everyone felt a breeze. The breeze was so strong that it made Emily's hat fly away with No Feet on it. Everyone chased after it. Then No Feet fell off the hat and Hen caught him. After No Feet was saved, everyone continued to chase after Emily's hat. Cat almost got it. The hat then flew to Owl, who couldn't see a thing in it. The hat flew off again and everyone continued to chase after it. No Feet wanted to help the whole time, but his friends didn't notice him. After saying he didn't want to chase after the silly hat, he went into the picnic basket and into one of the honey sandwiches. The scene transitions to everyone still trying to catch Emily's hat until Little Bear caught it. He put it on his head and asked if he looked like Emily. Emily thought he looked silly and told Little Bear to give it back. Little Bear told her to come and get it. So Emily chased after him up a tree until Little Bear gave it back to her. The hat looked better on Emily anyway. After Little Bear and Emily dropped from the tree, the scene transitions to everyone setting up the picnic. I mean, after all, you'd set up a picnic if you were hungry too. And so everyone enjoyed the picnic. Then Emily wondered where No Feet was. As Little Bear was about to enjoy his honey sandwich, he noticed No Feet was in there. Little Bear almost ate him, but he didn't. Then Little Bear told No Feet to wriggle out of the sandwich so he can eat it. No Feet thought Little Bear didn't love him. Little Bear disagreed. He does so love him, only not in his sandwich. Then Emily said that everybody who loves No Feet to give a cheer. So they all cheered for No Feet. Even Pudding Hill was cheering. Well, it was actually an echo, but you get the picture. Anyway, after No Feet thanked everyone, everyone thought everyone deserved a cheer. After cheering 3 more times, No Feet went into Hen's cup because he felt a little sticky. He asked her if she loves him. Hen was startled after Little Bear said, "Oh dear, here we go again." Everyone laughed. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was a no-feed based episode. It makes sense. I mean, he wanted to go on a picnic, he wanted to help get Emily's hat, but his friends don't notice him, and he just wanted to be loved. Everyone wants to be loved, even me. All in all, it's a good episode. Now let's talk about Little Bear's Sweet Tooth. This episode starts out with everyone at the Harvest Day party. Emily and Owl were setting up a Harvest Day banner, which Emily painted herself. Emily's side was perfect. Owl's needed to be a little lower. He tried to put it lower and lower and lower until he fell into the food. Then Cat said, too low. After Father Bear helped Owl up, he wished everyone a happy Harvest Day. Everyone else wished a happy Harvest Day back. Then Mother Bear wanted to wish she had room for her chocolate tarts. Little Bear helped her as well as helping out where the rest of the desserts should go. Emily's granny was impressed on how much Little Bear knew his desserts. Mother Bear said that Little Bear has a very big sweet tooth. Little Bear wondered what a sweet tooth was. Grandmother Bear explained that it's what everyone says when they love sweets. Little Bear thought he's got more than one. Grandfather Bear thought maybe he's got a whole mouthful. Then everyone went to play some games, except Little Bear, who was at the dessert table. His goal was to eat all of the desserts. Emily wished him good luck. Father Bear spoke into a megaphone to announce everyone to let the games begin. Mother Bear asked Little Bear if he didn't want to miss the sack race. Little Bear went to the sack race. Owl thought Cat didn't have all his feet in the sack. Cat assured him that he was only going to use 2 of his legs for the race. Granny waved the red flag and the sack race has begun. Right off the bat, Hen and Duck fell. Little Bear wanted to continue, but he wanted to be at the dessert table even more. Mitzi the monkey noticed she was losing, so she cheated by swinging through the trees. Owl tried to stop her. I mean, after all, cheating in games is not fair. Granny told Mitzi there was no swinging. The real winners were Cat and Emily. Little Bear noticed he was missing all the fun, so he went to congratulate Emily and Cat. Duck was worried that she would never win the game. Father Bear suggested musical chairs. Duck loved musical chairs, so everyone played while Granny handled the music. Little Bear was out first. Emily said that he didn't even try. As everyone else was continuing to play musical chairs, Little Bear was talking to his sweet tooth. He ate some cookies. Granny wondered who Little Bear was talking to. Little Bear explained that he was talking to his sweet tooth, and the sweet tooth answered, "Have another cookie." As Granny went back to play some music, Little Bear went under the table to finish his cookie. Then he reached up for the fudge and ate it. As Father Bear announced Tutu as this year's musical chairs champion, everyone cheered. Duck wondered if there was a game she could win. Mother Bear suggested bobbing for apples. Duck was good at that. Little Bear was about to play until his sweet tooth told him to eat peach cobbler. Everyone else played bobbing for apples. Emily, Owl, and Mitzi couldn't get any apples. Hen told Little Bear to have a try, but Little Bear didn't want to. He let Duck go next. Duck won. Grandfather Bear, Father Bear, and Grandmother Bear congratulated her. Everyone figured she would win. Then Grandmother Bear announced the biggest contest of the day, the Harvest Day Pie Eating Contest. Everyone was excited except Little Bear. He just didn't want to. It turned out he had a stomach ache. His sweet tooth got the better of him. So Mother Bear sent Little Bear home to bed. The scene transitions to Father Bear grabbing a toy bunny and Mother Bear tucking Little Bear in. Little Bear's stomach was feeling a little better and that he lost his sweet tooth. He asked if it would ever come back. Father Bear said probably. Little Bear groaned. The Mother Bear wished Little Bear good night. The moon turned into pumpkin pie. Little Bear didn't want any, but maybe tomorrow he would. After that, Little Bear fell fast asleep. And that's how the episode ends. Now let's talk about the episode as a whole. I feel like this episode was a fun episode. It had all the characters together celebrating something special. Also, I feel like this episode has a great lesson. Don't eat too many sweets even if you do have a sweet tooth. Now the ending to me was a little confusing. When Little Bear said that he lost his sweet tooth, I don't know if that means he literally lost it or he has learned his lesson and didn't want to eat too many sweets again because of his stomach ache. What do you think the ending is? Let me know if you want. All in all, it's a good episode. So yeah, that's Parties and Picnics. If you would like to play again, just go back to the beginning of this episode. See you next time. Bye!